Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ace. We're at Resorts World, but we're playing at the Wynn today, seeing if we can get past our 10K challenge, putting it up here. And someone commented on my last vlog saying I was bragging. I started the challenge. It's my vlog. I'm showing you guys the progress. I hope you guys don't feel that I'm bragging. And guess what? If I want to brag, it's my vlog, motherfucker. I can brag. But for real, I appreciate you guys supporting me and following me. I'm really only out here because of you guys and because of Poker.org. I'm doing some work for them. If you guys don't follow them, check them out. But let's see if we can win at the Wynn. It's been the lose for me. Let's see if we can turn that around, and let's get into today's session. All right, starting things off at the Wynn. Can we find a win here? All we do is seem to lose. After our tournament massive victory that we had last year, we played cash and had about 3 losing sessions, so we're back for vengeance, and I was quite excited to see that this could be the best table that we've had in all of Vegas. Everyone's taking shots, having a good time. I'm ready to get in there and take some of their money. All right, this first hand is with ace-5 suited against my opponent to the right, who's just a little tipsy. He said he was at the Encore Beach Club all day, and yeah, you could see it and smell it. But we flop a gutter, and when he c-bets, we are obviously calling, never folding to him, because if we hit it, we could get paid, and bink, we drill it on the turn. And we're happy to see that he continues betting here, and for a healthy chunk, he bets out for $80. And it's quite weird when I look over, he has around $400 left. I don't really want to call here because there's a lot of rivers that can kill some action, as well as give him a better hand. If he has something like ace queen with the ace of spades, if he has something like 2-pair, a set, we want to get it in now while we have the best hand. I've been learning a lot that fast playing hands is usually better than just slow playing and seeing how things go. So nonetheless, I decide after a few seconds to jam it in there, and he does not look happy. He thinks for quite some time and decides to show me the king of spades. So I'm like, okay, he obviously doesn't have a flush. And he says to me, do you want me to call? So I say, yeah, sure, let's gamble. We could gamble for the spade, and I'm just, having a good time. And I honestly tell him, the spade is live. I don't have a flush. And he's like, oh, man. So I guess we're rooting for a call now. Quick quiz, how many outs does he have? He gives it a long think and decides to fold. All right. Push some chips our way, and let's head to the next hand. Next, we get queens in the big blind, primed for some action. The one player who was suggesting that we all take shots in the cutoff opens it up to $25. We put in that healthy 3-bet to $85, and he folds. Ugh, pain, but let's head to the next one. About 20 minutes later, we pick up pocket 10s. We open them. We see an board, check, decide to fire the turn, take it down. Next, we look down at a beautiful hand, king, queen of diamonds. I think diamonds may be my favorite, but it might be spades. I'm not too sure. What's your favorite suit? I know all the girls out there love the diamonds, baby. Unfortunately for us, they're quite expensive. But I'm next to act after a $10 straddle. I open it up to $35. There's one call, and now when it's on the big blind, he decides to 3-bet to $110. It's not the biggest sizing. He probably should be in the 130 to 140 range after there's a call after my raise. I decide to flick in the call, and the player to my left makes the call as well. Might be in some trouble on some king and queen high boards, but hey, hopefully we can make a straight or a flush or something, and no. Just a horrible board, jack 4-3 with 2 clubs, so I started off with a check, the next player checks, and when the button c-bets around $150, we're just going to let this one go. And unfortunately, we've been picking up some pretty good hands and not really winning any money, sitting about $1,000, which is what we started. And let's just head to the next hand and try to spin it up. All right, get ready for the hand of the night easily, and one of the craziest hands I've played in a long time. And again, I know I say that a lot, but when I tell you the dynamics and just show you the hand, you guys are going to be like, what the F? So let's get into it. And we play this hand with pocket 7s. There's an open from early position to 15. We decide to 3-bet to $60. And on this table, when players are, kind of drunk and loosey-goosey, I probably should just flat call here and just set mine with these low pocket pairs. Hope they hit 2-pair and we hit a set and we can get it all in. But I don't know, like I always say, I'm just showing you guys what I did. I decided to 3-bet, and we get a cold call from the cutoff to 60, and that brings in the initial raiser as well. And oh my goodness, what a beautiful board. 7-4-8. We flop middle set with, like I said, a drunk, crazy, loose action table. Let's get it. Checks to me, I see bet here for $55, and only the player to my left, the cutoff, makes the call. The turn's a 10, which is not the best, brings in a couple of straights, but nothing to be worried about. When you have a set against some crazy loose action players, you're going for it all. You're going for value. So I'm not stopping here. I continue here for $110, and pretty quickly, my opponent raises right away to $300. All right, let's think about this one for a little bit. The only straight possibilities are Jack 9. I don't know if he's calling Jack 9 on the flop. 5-6 flopped it. Is he cold calling a 3-bet with 5-6 suited? Maybe. That's the dynamic of this game. I could see that. And also 6-9 suited. So only a couple combinations of straights here. I mean, he could have pocket 10s, and that would be absolutely disgusting. He also could have pocket 8s, and it could just be a massive cooler. But like I said, on a table when everyone's loose, drunk, having a good time, I'm just never folding a set. So I'm going to flick in the 300 here and hope and pray that the board pairs, and then maybe it'll go check on the river if the board doesn't pair. I don't know. Let's see. So I flick in the $300, and we get the biggest brick in the world on the river. I check it over to him, and he snap goes all in. Yikes. All right, we started the hand with around 1,000 as we were just, pretty even to start the day, winning a little, losing a little. So this is a pretty big all-in here. Do I want to risk the rest of my like $500 or $600-ish dollars? I don't know. The way that he played it, he's representing a straight. I'm just praying that he's overvaluing 2-pair. If he was flat calling like 7-8 suited preflop, I know we blocked that. If he somehow has like 10-8 suited, he could have overvalued 9-10, put in a semi-bluff on the turn, and just going for it here on the river. I don't know, like I said, I'm just never folding to somebody who's drinking and having a good time and playing splashy, so I decide to sigh and make the call, and my opponent has 6-9 for the straight. The win struggles continue. The effing win is the effing lose for me. I'm renaming this place the lose. I can't take it here. It's all right, though. Like I said, it's a good table. We're not going to tuck our tail between our legs. We're going to pull out more money from our backpack, rebuy, and try to get it back. All right, now a pretty interesting hand here. We look down at King Jack suited, and you might be wondering why there's all this money in there, why there's so many people in the hand. We do a single board bomb pot. No PLO bomb pots, no double board bomb pots, a single board hold'em bomb pot. We all put in $20. And I don't really like these because we flop a jack on jack 3-4, and it's like, okay, I mean, do we know if we're good? Somebody could have jack effing 3. Like, I don't know. I don't really like these. I just like gambling in the double board PLO hands, but nonetheless, when we're in early position, I decide to bet out for $80 to just, see where we're at. If anybody raises, we're screwed. If we get a couple callers, we're probably screwed. I don't know. Maybe I should be check calling. I don't know how to play these. If you guys know how to play these, let me know. But like I said, bet out for $80, and we pick up 2 callers, so not the best. And the player in the cutoff, who was the second caller, was playing pretty tight, pretty nitty. So I was like, oh, I'm probably screwed. He's probably got like ace jack, a set of 4s, something like that. So let's just see a turn. Maybe we can turn a heart, and no. It's an 8, another just not great card. Somebody could also have jack 8, pocket 8s, who knows. So I started off with a check. The next player checks, and now the player who I was worried about in the cutoff bets out for just $100. And while you guys might think that this is an easy call, he's got about $200 behind, so I know he's jamming on the river, and I just don't think this is light. I bet into the field, into all of these players on the flop, got 2 calls, and then it checks to him on the turn, and now instead of checking, he decides to bet out. Like I said, I think he just has pocket 4s, pocket 3s here, jack 4, something like that. I just don't think that we're good. So I make a pretty tight and pretty nitty laydown. Let me know what you guys think down below. All right, time to rain down some terror on this table. On a flop of 2, 3, 4, we decide to call a bet, and we turn a 5 with the 6s, so we've got the long end of the straight. Hopefully someone has an ace. The turn checks around, though, and on the river, I want to go big. I bet out for $200. I believe there was only about 130, 120 in the pot. Definitely want to make it look like we're bluffing, and unfortunately, everyone folds. Then, in the next hand, we decide to 3-bet King 10 offsuit about 30 minutes later. trying to get in the mix, trying to put my foot down and kind of rain some terror on this table like I just said. Everyone's loose, having a good time, so time to get some of my money back. I make it $85, and only the initial raiser who stacked us with the 6-9 makes the call. We flop a king, and I decide to check. And on the turn, I place a c-bet of $75, and he snap folds, showing me queen 10. If it could have came 10 high, we could have got a lot of money. And as you see, the table's good. I'm not lying. He just called a 3-bet with queen 10 offsuit. Then 20 minutes later, we look down at ace king suited on the button. I'm ready to get some money back. I put in a juicy 3-bet, looking to get some stacks in, looking to get some money in, and they fold. Ugh. Alright, time for one of the most frustrating hands that I've ever played. Let's just get right into it. It happens with 6-8 suited, and I should have just trusted my gut in this hand, and I know this is going to hurt you guys just as much as it hurt me to live it through and now to watch it back and talk about it. But like I said, I always show all my hands, and I'd love to just go through my thought process here, so strap in. This is going to be a very fun hand to talk about. I'm down quite a bit of money, so 6-8 suited is basically king-queen suited to me. It folded to me. I opened it up to $25 on the button, and the big blind put in the 3-bet to $65. Pretty small 3-bet here, and we're in position, gonna make the call. And we see a board of jack 8 for rainbow, a 1 diamond, the jack of diamonds, and he checks it over to me, which is, pretty interesting because even if he had ace king, ace queen, he's probably gonna c-bet. It's usually a red flag when the 3-better decides to check. Usually means they have a super good hand, but I decided to bet out here. I think, again, a mistake. I should check this one back, but maybe I was figuring I need some protection against those ace king, ace queen. I c-bet for $60, and now my opponent pretty quickly decides to raise to $200, and it just doesn't make any sense on this board. It's a rainbow. It's just super dry, drier than the effing Sahara. So, I don't know. I think about it for quite some time, and like I said, tilted, annoyed. I don't want to get pushed around. And I've seen a lot through my years and, my hours and hours and hours of poker. And when people bluff, they usually choose just whole sizings. And when he tosses $200 out there, 2 black chips, it just did not seem like value to me. It could be a lot of back and forth of I know that you know that I know that you know, where, I'm thinking that there's no way he's going to raise a set here. There's no way he's going to raise like ace, jack, king, jack, queen, jack here, or aces or kings. And, he just knows that, and that's how he's going to get max value. But nonetheless, like I said, I'm stubborn. I don't believe him. I don't believe what he's selling. I don't believe the chocolates that he's selling. So I put in the call here, going to a turn, which is a jack, which is actually a really, really good card. It lessens the chance that he has a jack, and also just heightens my suspicions that he is selling some bullshit. So let's see what he decides to do here, and he continues betting. Now he bets $175. Why would he bet less than he did on the flop? I mean, he could just be absolutely reeling me in with a full house. He could have pocket fours. He could have pocket aces. He could have pocket eights, although unlikely because we have one and there's only 2 left. He could just have that random jack and just downsizing to keep me in. He could be absolutely playing me here, but nonetheless, let's head to a river, which is the biggest break out there, a deuce. I am just absolutely praying that this goes check, check, and he gives up with his ace king, ace queen, but this guy is effing relentless. He decides to go all in. I look at my chips, I count my chips, I think in my head, this just doesn't make any sense. I had about $450 to $500 left, so I do feel I'm pretty pot committed, and when I call the flop, when I call the turn, how can I fold on this river when nothing changes? But I don't know. It takes a lot of different thinking here. A bunch of thoughts go through my mind, actually, where I only brought $2,000 with me. So if I make this call and I lose, I don't have any more money. I'm going to have to go to the ATM, or I'm going to have to go back to my Airbnb to get money. And I don't want to do that. I'm also thinking, I mean, come on. Who triple barrel bluffs in live poker? This guy is absolutely playing me. I'm thinking about a lot of times online and live where, I'm tilted and I get really sticky and I tend to call down, and they always have it every single time. And I just think I could probably find a better spot. I don't think that this is the best spot to try to hero call down. I don't know. He 3-bet pre-flop. He easily could have aces and kings, and I don't know. I painstakingly decide to fold, And with his hands all shaky, he shows 10 deuce off suit. All right, I'm logging off and you guys are never seeing me again. I'm just kidding, but damn, this one hurts. I smelled the BS. I called the check raise on the flop. I called the turn, and then I pussied out on the river. Classic. This would have brought me all the way back from the depths, only down maybe $500-600, but instead I'm down $1,500-1,600. Awesome. All right, let's just head to the next couple hands and hope I don't punt off the rest of it. And the frustration continues. About 40 minutes later, we look down at ace-9 suited from the small blind. We're playing 2-5-10. The $10 straddle is on. There's an open from the hijack to 40. We decide to 3-bet to 125 out of the small blind. I don't hate it. Definitely could flat call and, try to just hit a flush over someone else's flush, because if we call, it's probably going to bring in the big blind and both of the $10 straddle and the limper, but nonetheless, they fold and the initial raiser makes the call. The only time they fold is when I have ace-king suited, huh? So anyways, we go heads up to a board. Can we hit it? And no. 7-3-4 with 2 diamonds. Horrible. But we decide to c-bet here on the smaller-ish side to $85. I mean, it's about half pot, not small. Don't know why I said that, but nonetheless, gets back to my opponent, and he raises to $250. Yeah, snap fold, and goodbye, another $200. Hell yeah, baby, things are going great. You know what? We might as well keep lighting money on fire, right? We look down at ace-5 suited, and just for some preface, the guy to my right who was hammered, who we hit the gutter earlier on, he's been going all in a lot. Even if there's limps, an open, yada yada, he's got about like $300-ish. And I think you can see where this one is going. There is, I think, just one limp, maybe 2 limps, but it gets to him and he decides to go all in for about $300. And ace-5 suited fares well and better as, the 3-bet jammer, 4-bet jammer, instead of calling off bets and raises and jams. But I decide, let's gamble with him. A few times that he's jammed, he's shown king-queen offsuit. One time he showed queen-10 suited, so we're going to be ahead of a lot of those hands, but we decide to flick in the call, and he doesn't show what he has, so we're going to a flop. We whiff. Turn, we whiff. River, we whiff, and he shows pocket 5s. So actually, one of the worst hands for us to see. 300 more down the drain. Things, like I said, just going absolutely swimmingly, absolutely amazing. And for those of you that have been commenting, oh, how good do you run? Do you ever lose? Blah, blah, blah. Here it is. Shove it up your butt, idiots. I lose. I hope you guys enjoy this effing losing session. I'm losing. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And I'm losing my mind, too, as you can tell. All right, time to make my final donation and give away my final bit of money. We look down at ace-6 suited. We're on the button. There's a couple limps. I open it up to $30, and I guess everyone is just waiting to limp call my raise, huh? We pick up 3 colors, going to a board of Jack, 6. Okay. Action checks over to me, and I decide, you know what? F it. If this is it, this is it. I go all in for, I think it was like $180, $190, and we don't even get through too many players. The first player folds, and the second player calls. Now, it's back on the other player, who goes all in. And I'm like, oh, great. Might as well just stop the recording here. I'm dead. Nice. This is just great. But, we keep the recording going just for the hell of it, right? The run out comes. The first guy who called had pocket 6s. We were dead. The next guy had queen jack. Turned to queen. This is great. We were in dead last. Hope you guys enjoy my money. I swear to God, I don't think I will ever play a cash game at the Wynn ever again. I can't win here. I run disgustingly bad here, and I'm done with it. I also waited an hour and a fucking half for my seat. The room, there's like fucking 15 tables. There's like 500 people on the wait list. You'd think maybe this could be a crazy idea, but maybe they would open more tables. How crazy would that be? It's almost like it would satisfy the players. They would get to play, and they would make more money. How crazy of an idea would that be, right? I know, just insane. Might be dumb, though. Might be dumb. You guys might be saying, what a dumb idea that is. But hey, we're fucking done. We're out of here.